Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Second video of the day, let's go soldiers. Okay, also, I want to get my nails done before I go back to Manchester. So I got these done for New Year's because I was wearing a pink suit. And I got them done a week ago today, but I think I'm going to do like, maybe just get them done again in like a day or so. What should I do? Like what should I do color? I normally do like a natural one where they like do like a gel that's like a color of like an actual nail. What color do we think for like, what's something fun or maybe nail art or something? Please write your suggestions. I know this is so beyond the point, but please let me know because I'm probably going to get them done tomorrow or today. Anyway, hello, welcome back. We are going to be talking about one of the people within the online space that I probably have the softest spot for, which is Drew Monson. Now, Drew Monson is a creator that people adore, and I adore Drew. I think he's very sweet and I like want to protect him. And I don't say that about a lot of people because I'm like, you can do your own thing. But with Drew, I feel that Drew grew up on the internet. And I feel that Drew is one of the people that not only grew up on the internet, but dealt with being thrown into the fire of online fame at number one, a young age, but also being surrounded by people that were ultimately a lot older than him. He was featured in Shane Dawson videos, Trisha Paytas videos. He was in that friend group. He was in the vlogs. He was always the one that carried them, by the way. He was always the funniest one. Then we got introduced to like Garrett and Andrew, which by the way, I have a video coming on that. There's something there with Morgan. But he was thrown into it, and he is someone that has been very open about his struggles, both privately and publicly. And I think that is something that people don't have to do when they struggle, but when they come forward with it, it helps a lot of people. And again, it's not something that should be expected, but I always have a lot of respect for people who do, and I have a lot of respect for people who don't. And I think that Drew is one of those people that is very transparent with his audience, and I just really like him. But basically, Trisha Paytas has the Just Trish podcast, like we are aware of, and it is doing very well. It is her podcast with her and Oscar, and they do hot topics, they do like drama, they also have guests on, and Trisha recently asked who do people want to come on the podcast. And she said that she would love Drew to come on the podcast. And now they have a history. Like I said, they used to be friends and they've made a lot of content together, some appropriate, some not appropriate. I mean, the same goes with Shane and Drew. And it appeared for a very long time that Drew kind of distanced himself from that side of YouTube. And I feel there was a time on YouTube where even recently a lot of people were distancing themselves from Trisha and distancing themselves from Shane, and it wasn't even just Drew. And I feel like Trisha's having this, kind of renaissance, renaissance. Any of my Beyonce fans out there? Where this podcast is doing really well. People really like Trisha again, and Trisha wants to have Drew on. And Drew posted a video which is literally titled the following: Why I Haven't Gone on the Podcast. Because after Trisha said that one of her dream guests would be to have Drew on, and she was like, we don't even have to talk about drama. If that would make him uncomfortable, we can talk about anything. A lot of people started swarming Drew's social media with, why aren't you going on? There was a lot of people that were saying, we would love to have you on. And there was a lot of people saying that Drew was very ungrateful for choosing not to go on, considering Trisha was sending the invite, which I just think is so ridiculous. We're going to hear Drew's reasoning, but I don't know why we need to have a reasoning and like why people were forcing Drew to have to give a reason on why he wouldn't go on the podcast. What I want to quickly go through, first of all, is this video I saw, which just kind of shows, we're going to watch like a couple seconds here and there. It's just a compilation to kind of show you the friendship that Drew, Shane, and Trisha had. They were like the trio. We're going to do this and then we're going to get to the video, but please leave Drew alone, people. Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. Gross.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Shane is so creepy. Sorry.
Hey guys, yeah, we were hanging out. We were like driving. We are like looking for a place to eat, and then we're gonna like live and like die and like living.
Living though.
My favorite thing ever now is that Drew made up a new creepy voice to
I didn't
say.
make it up. I've been doing it for a while.
Oh.
What do you want me to say?
Say, tell us to slay queen and tell us that you're living for it.
Slay queen.
Wait,
Drew carried these
pretend like I'm
videos.
Tyler Oakley and we're VidCon and you're one of my fans. Oh my God, hey.
Oh my God, slay queen. Gonna get a selfie. My mom was telling me, but my grandma loves you.
Okay, we'll do like another one just to kind of show you. They were really popular friends together, and their friendship was adored on YouTube.
Wheel of Fortune sucks. Don't ever do it. There's a dumb asshole girl who tells you to solve a thing and it's chopsticks. By chopstick.
Yeah, Wheel of Fortune has not been our game. We did not win very much. But I have enough here for some candy, and that's all I want. What do you want to get at the end of this?
I want a snake. We got a snake last time.
Yeah,
I
that's
want a big
true.
snake. I do.
Put that on your Match.com profile. What do you want?
Cock ring.
Look at all these fucking tits.
Okay, and then one more. I'm just basically showing you, if you didn't know, I know most people that watch this will know, but they were really, really, really close friends, and they made a lot of videos together.
Oh,
Up until
it's
2019.
happening. It's happening.
People are gonna like these videos because I looked at your comments. People are like, do the things where you go around, you know.
What?
Just like
What?
your videos have been like, we're doing the blah blah blah. Like in front of you know.
Okay, you know what? That was shade, okay?
But now it's like in
Stop
the
throwing
car,
shade.
in the this, and the
That's
that.
what's fun. It's like old school shade.
It's old school.
Oh my God, I'm old
Welcome
school
back
Shane.
to Shane's World.
Yes. Favorite shade.
Hang with Shane Duh.
More Shane Day.
Favorite NSYNC member? JC Sarge. Who's your favorite NSYNC member?
Who's your favorite NSYNC member?
Okay, so now we're gonna get to this one, but basically just, if you didn't know, they made a lot of videos together, and they were friends off and on screen. And I think Drew was significantly younger. I just want to fact check this right now. Drew Monson age. So Drew is 28 years old, and Shane is basically 10 years older than that, and Trisha is also like 10 years older than that. So they were significantly older than Drew at the time that Drew was friends with them. And Drew pulled back from a lot of that. Drew not only pulled back from that, but pulled back a lot from being seen publicly and being quote unquote an influencer or a YouTuber. And I just wish people would like respect that. Like Drew's content now is like these sit down long-ish videos where he's just talking, and like just accept that. Don't force someone to rekindle an old friendship. Don't force someone to publicly going on a podcast, like not even privately doing a friendship, like publicly doing it. We'll hear what Drew has to say, but just leave Drew alone. Like, stop forcing this. Yes, Trisha's podcast is doing well. Yes, it would be a great episode, but like, there's a lot that we don't know as well. But anyway, let's hear Drew's opinion.
Hello, my name is Drew Monson, also known as Little Guy, also known as Big Guy, also known as the man who Trisha Paytas desperately would love to have on her podcast. I've had a fairly long career here on YouTube, and yes, it counts as a career. And within that time, I've been known for various different things. If you've been here with me since the beginning, you might be able to name some of them. But I would say that right now, in this present moment, I am best known as the man who may or may not go on the Trisha Paytas podcast, Just Trish, hosted by Trisha Paytas. Like, it's a thing. Something's happening. I was at the train station the other day. Let that sink in. I ride the train. I'm like you. I'm the conductor, right? Right, whatever noise a train makes, it's besides the point.
Trains are a sore topic to me. Don't bring them up.
And a man came up to me, full beard. Not really relevant to the story, but let's just say there was something upon his chinny chin chin. And he looked at me and he goes, "Are you Drew?" I had my headphones on. All I heard was, "Ooh." And I said, "Yeah, what?" And he said, "Are you Drew?" And I said, "Huh?" I said, "What?" And he said, he gave me that look. You know that look. When he gives you that look, he goes, I swear, he goes, "Are you going to go on Just Trish?" And I said, "I don't know. I'm thinking, like, I've been texting with her." And then he told me, he goes, "Do you still make videos?" He asked me, which kind of hurt my feelings, I'll be honest.
No, I know Drew is coming at this from like a comedy point of view. This is a lot of Drew's humor is taking these things and making comedy of it, which a lot of people like him for. But again, it's Drew's being very honest here, and I don't know why people aren't seeing it, that this is the last thing he wants to do. And if he decides to do it, then that's great. But like, he just said there, he was like, you know, people are saying, do I still make videos and why aren't I going on the Just Trish? It's this old YouTube audience that are trying to force this friendship between Drew and Trisha again, or Drew and Shane again. And it's like, yes, they were very, very, very famously friends together. That also was when Drew was significantly younger. And Drew has spoken about the fact that he was friends with people during periods where he was actively struggling and actively, you know, doing things that he doesn't want to do anymore. And again, I think people need to hone in on even if there was no inappropriateness, being friends with people that are significantly young or older than you when you are young is something that when you're older, you kind of think about a little bit. Like this, it doesn't have to be, whenever you're 30 being friends with a 40-year-old, that doesn't matter, right? But when you're, you know, in your teens or like really early 20s and you're friends with people that are, you know, almost in their 30s or in their 30s or whatever, you know, that's when it like changes where it's like, okay, things couldn't have been inappropriate. Like they didn't have to be inappropriate, but you can acknowledge that, oh, these aren't the people that I want to be friends with. Or maybe if they were, these were people that I was friends with because we were filming content together. And for me to go on said podcast is making me have to go back to that mental state of just being friends with people for content. So even if it's not a case of I don't want to be friends with people that I was friends with whenever I was young and they were adults, it could also be a case of Drew has spoken about the fact that like coming back and making content, he's doing it his own way. He's doing it, he's not playing the game, which, you know, he used to do, and a lot of them used to do, like Shane and Trisha, and just doing it for content. Like, just let him do his own thing. Stop bombarding this person. Just leave it.
I wouldn't say that it's stung.
And also, this is not Trisha's fault. Trisha is not forcing this as well. Trisha made a tweet and everyone was responding Drew, and then everyone started like forcefully begging Drew, right? And commenting, being like, why aren't you doing this? Then there were some like aggressive ones. Trisha on the podcast was like, I would love to have Drew on. We don't have to talk about drama. We can talk about anything else. Trisha did not force this. This is the audience taking over from what Trisha said, which wasn't bad, and taking it to the extreme of demanding things off of people, which just stop demanding things off of these content creators that you do not know. Specifically when they've spoken about the fact that the time period you want them to kind of engage back with was something that they said they don't want to go back with. Like, just mind your own business.
But I felt something, right? Like right here, like right before the belly button, something took place. And it almost made me feel like, I'm not mad about it. Let me be clear. I'm trying to find the funny here. But it almost made me feel like, do I exist if I don't go on the Trisha Paytas podcast? Because if you look at my comments, it's like a third of them. And I appreciate it. I love the interaction, and it's nice to be wanted. It really is. It almost makes me not like, let me just hold back. Because we've all had an experience where like somebody wants us, and the second we are had, they don't want us anymore. We turn to dust in their eyes, right? It's almost like The Office when Jim and Pam were flirting. I don't know about you. I know some people love that love story, but the second they kissed, I didn't really care anymore. I thought it got kind of corny. So what I'm saying is, should I go on the podcast? Should I kiss Pam? Should I kiss Jim? Or should I keep the tension happening? Could that help me? Because I'll be honest, there's a part of me, I mean, most of me is very flattered. And then part of me is like, okay, but I am still like, here, like I'm over here. I'm on Drew Monson #2, my second channel. Like, you can check this out if you want. Like, is my lighting not good enough?
I think that's a valid point as well. It's like, this is what I'm doing now. This is the content create. I don't want to go back to like 2015 YouTube. And that's completely valid, and people need to respect that.
Is that what do you just want to see me in good lighting? I have actually another one over there. Check this out. Hey diddle diddle said yeah.
Oh my God, let there
be
be light.
Hey diddle diddle said no. Like, is that it? By the way, I just realized there's at least like 17 people who don't even know what I'm talking about. There's a YouTuber named Trisha Paytas who I used to actually be in videos with, and she wants me to be on her podcast, which is pretty successful now, but I haven't done it yet because I'm nervous and I don't live in LA, and traveling stresses me out. But I'm probably gonna do it, but I don't really know, and it's hard for me to really do anything, right? That's tough, okay? What's funny about the comments, and by the way, I do appreciate it, but they almost feel like an intervention. They're like, Drew, I really think this could be good for you. Like, Drew, I think it's time. I mean, we've all been talking. Like, it's almost like a persuasive essay. It almost reminds me of when I was like a senior in high school, and my parents were like, gently but also aggressively encouraging me to go to college, but they never wanted to be pushy. Maybe they should have been more pushy with things like carrots, right? I wish.
Again, this is fully on the audience, but I don't know how you can hear someone talk like this and still be like, okay, whatever, but we want it to happen. Go back to your old friendship. Go back and rehash stuff. Like, clearly these people haven't been keeping up with Drew, who's been very open about the struggles during that time period, like I've just said. But it's an interesting tale of like something starting as like an audience wanting something and then an audience like demanding something. It's like a couple years ago, you would have been begging Drew not to associate with Trisha or not to associate with Shane, and now people are demanding it to happen. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. And it's so confusing to anybody, but when you're being very open about struggling in general, even more so.
wish I had a taste for carrots that developed starting when I was 4, but I didn't. They let me have my mini pancakes. They let me smother them in syrup. I'm trying to say syrup in the right way. Because I normally say syrup, like as if it's
syrup.
S-I-R, like, good morning, sir. And then up, good morning, sir, what's up? Like, that's how I say syrup, but never mind. Sorry, I just had rice. Rice is a fast-acting carb, and it can lead to hyperactivity in vulnerable adults. I think what it feels like to me right now is the more that people want me to do something, the more scared I am that I'm not going to do it well. Like, think about, let's say your name is Charlotte, right? Maybe it is. And you're at a karaoke bar with your friends, right? Your shoulders are moving due to the music. And somebody's like, one of your friends goes, Charlotte, you should do karaoke, please. Oh my God, Charlotte. Maybe you'd be like, oh, you know what? You really want me to? Okay, I'll do it. That's fine.
This is a good analogy.
Then
actually.
think about, instead of that, your friend just lightly encouraging you, the entire bar, and actually the restaurant next door is like, Charlotte. You'd be like, wait, I have to be good. You know what I mean? I feel like Charlotte right now, and I don't want to be bad. By the way, if you've never been here before, stick around. This is my second channel where
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Again, when you watch these clips, it's like, this is filmed on I can't even talk right now, I'm filming on a MacBook, but I was gonna say, it goes to show how old these videos are, the way that they're filmed and all like this. This was an old friendship. Leave it be. Don't force someone to engage in something. And again, it's just ironic to me, considering a couple years ago, people were like, where does Drew, stand with Shane and Trisha? And now people are like, Drew needs to stand with them. It's like, leave Drew alone. If Drew decides to go on the podcast, Drew decides to go on the podcast. The fault doesn't lie on Trisha here. She said who she wanted on. The audience just took it and ran. Don't swarm someone's content with that, where they feel like they're only good if they do something, but then they don't want to do it because of the expectation. I want to know your opinion on this, but it does just feel ironic, again, that point of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Don't associate with them, but now we want you to associate with them. Just let this person live their life. We'll talk about it down below. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you in my next one, and goodbye.